Good afternoon, Pastor Dave. 5 minutes with Pastor Dave. You know, Jesus said, "Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. And if I go to prepare a place for you, I will come again and to receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also." You know, that brings us to the question, are we coming to that point in time in history where Jesus will return? Are there signs of the time that points to his coming together and he will come again? It says we don't know the day or the hour, we don't know when, but he says you see these signs and you'll know that my coming is at hand. I think of what one man said, that there have been more of the prophecies together at a shorter period of time than any point in history. And we see things are taking place, the violence and the corruption and all of this. We know that that has always been through the time, but there was something different about that as we are in the area of the process of coming down through time, that are we drawing close to the coming of the Lord? Some people don't believe he's coming at all. But I believe he's coming because he said, "Let not your heart be troubled," that one of these days I'm going to come. Where I am, there you may be also. I'm a believer in what God says. And he gives us the area in the scriptures in Matthew, the 24th chapter, and not only the 24th, from verse 13 to 14, he tells us the things that are going to happen, and he says, but the end is not yet. And then he goes on down and tells us there's going to be wars, there's going to be hate, there's going to be violence, there's going to be all these things. And then he said, as in the days of Noah, in the verse 36 in Matthew 24, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Lord. Let's say that the signs are close, and let's say that what he says is true. Then what should you and I do if we know that a great event is going to take place, and some believe that a big event is about ready to take place that'll change human history? What should we do? Well, the Bible tells us in Psalms 139, the psalmist says this. He says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and try me, and prove me, and lead me into everlasting." You know, our heart can deceive us. Our heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Only God. You know, if we were to examine ourselves, we would say, okay, because every man's right in his own eyes. Even if he's deceived, he's right in his own eyes. So what we have to do, we have to let the Bible be the truth. And as the psalmist saying, "Search me, O God." No, I'm not going to search myself. God, you search me. You know my heart, and you know where I stand. You know if I have bitterness or hate or sin, or you know if I'm hiding, because you can't hide anything. In Psalms 139, he says, "If I go to the highest heavens, thou art there, and if the lowest hell, thou art there." You know my thoughts. You know everything. And when we realize that God knows everything, then we say, "Lord, you search me. Don't let me search myself." Because if we search ourselves, we're going to excuse everything that we do. Well, you know, it's my upbringing and it's all this, you know. But we can't do that. When God searches us, he'll lay his finger on things in our life. So the things that we need to do, if the signs of the time are on us, and if the second coming of the Lord is close at hand, as I said, we don't know the day or the hour. I think it's good that we examine ourselves. If I'm getting ready to do a major event that's going to spend eternity somewhere, I need to know if I'm doing what I need to do, if I'm following the things that God tells us, because he is in the author of everything. And not only that, but he says, "Occupy till I come." The 10 virgins there, he said, "I'm going to go away, and when I come back," he said, "I want to see what you're doing, and are you investing?" You need to be busy about the master's business. So many people just quit and say, "Well, God's coming, you know, well, we just sit back." No, there's people that need to hear about Jesus. There's people that need to know that God loves them. There's people that know that there is hope. There's people that need to know that the power of God can deliver them from anything that they are bound with, and that he loves them unconditionally. He's not condemning man. As I said this morning, 2,000 years ago, he died on the cross to forgive man of every sin he's ever committed. The third thing that I shared with the people, not only search me and occupy until I come, but have your bags packed and ready to go whenever he comes. You know, I think of people that have their bags all packed up and they're ready to go. My wife is one of them. I tell you, you get to say you're going to go somewhere, and she gets bags packed, and you know, she wants them in the car. She wants to go. You know, we need to be ready at a moment's notice. We never know what's going to happen. We never know. They say, a soul live that even the undertaker hastes to see you go. And we need to be ready to go at a moment's moment. You never know. Just like this morning, we heard on the news in a General Dollar store, people were killed. Then you can just hear it on the news. You can just, if you just listen, turn on the news, you can see that you have no guarantee of tomorrow. You have no guarantee. So I challenge you, search yourself, make sure you're right with God. Occupy, be busy, share the gospel, read your word, confess him before men, love him, love your neighbor, and then be ready to go at a moment's notice. And I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. The best is yet to come. You hear what I said? The best is yet to come. Whenever we step inside the holy city, be in the presence of God, you'll forget everything that's down here and how you was mistreated and all the other things. So I challenge you, go with God, and I'm telling you, you'll never, ever be sorry. God bless you. We'll see you next week.